Hello everyone. So this is Shubham Divakar here. I welcome you all to this series wherein we would be sharing the interview experiences of people around us. So today I have with me Vikas Soni, who is a friend of mine who was interviewed at Max Softwares. So he would be sharing the interview with us. And before I begin, I would like to tell you all to subscribe to this channel so that we would be because we would be posting a lot of things over here. And this is interview preparation series is just one thing that we would be doing. We are also posting here solutions to the Hackathon monthly challenges. Then we have LeetCode monthly challenges running on, so you can find the solution to the problems over there. We have video solutions as well. So over to you, Vikas. Now, yeah, Vikas, please.
So hello everyone, this is Vikas Soni. I'm going to share my experience, interview experience that I have faced in Max Software, which was come to our college. So coming to the first round is normally as usual, aptitude, English, and reasoning round. And along with this, there are also four programming questions which are not that much of hard. Anyone can solve it. So after clearing the first round, went to the second round, which was technical round. At technical round, they asked me some questions related to the Java because I have mentioned that in my CV. Along with Java, they also asked me about my project that I have done in my college as well as hackathon. After clearing that round, I went to the second technical round along with that was technical and HR. In that round, they asked me about some question related to programming. So we are going to discuss that question in our uh, session. So Shubham, can you please explain this question?
Yeah, I guess the question was related to largest rectangle, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you could throw some light on the question, see, because we would be solving the question here in the video itself live. So, what I would suggest is, why don't you first first explain me the question so that I could solve it here itself, right? So then we would discuss and find the exact solution. And also, I would like you to tell how, where was the interviewer giving you some hints, or did he ask you to directly solve it? So, can you just tell me something about it? And the question also you need to discuss.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So they basically gave me an array of random numbers. Along with the array, they told me to find the largest rectangle area under that created with that array. So I have created a historical diagram of that array, and simply what I have done, I take first diagram and compare with all the diagram that takes a lot time, which is of time complexity order of n square. He told me to reduce the time complexity. So I went to divide and conquer approach, in which I first find the minimum bar in the historical diagram, and after finding that minimum, I went to the adjacent and right adjacent bar in this diagram, which was also lengthy and that also take n log n time.
Okay,
So
so what did you do? I mean, basically, did he ask you to stop over there, or did you solve it in O of n time complexity also?
I have also solved in order of n complexity using stack, which we are going to discuss here.
Okay, so cool. We would be discussing about that, like what was the solution exactly which you wrote over there. So just one more thing before we finally go on and solve this question. Uh, just one more thing, like was the interviewer giving you hints, like for the final O of n time complexity solution? So did he give you some hints, or that you solved it on your own completely?
No, no, he gave me some hint that no, you can also use some data structure that clicked my mind, and I used stack.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
So you mean to say that the interviewer did help you out in solving, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
and so basically that is how you figured out, like stack was the best approach to solve this
yeah,
question.
yeah.
Okay. So I guess now what I would be doing is, since this problem is unknown to me, what I would do is, since Vikas has already solved this, I would be finding or writing the solution here, and meanwhile Vikas would be guiding me completely. So yeah, I should begin. First, the question itself. Though. The question itself is finding the largest rectangle in the histogram, right? So the question to the link to the question. The question is in the lead code itself, so the link would be given in the description as well, and the solution we would also be posting it. So stay tuned for it. Now let's begin with the solution. So Vikas, I think you are there, right? Hello.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
there. I'm there.
So I would be writing the solution. Meanwhile, you would be guiding me, and we would be discussing like why we choose stack and why not any other data structures, and what is the correct way of solving this. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Of course, I will.
Okay. So should I go ahead? Yeah. So yeah. So the first thing that I need to know is that we needed to use the data structure, right? Because so we need to
Yeah, yeah.
choose stack. So why I think stack is essentially beneficial over here, because uh, what solution I am thinking is, let's say for each and every iteration, okay, we begin with like in the graph we see here, we have first the bar length to be 2, then it is 1, then 5. So what I would be basically doing over here is, whenever I
Yeah.
find the whenever there is an element, like first I would be doing is when the stack is empty, I would simply push the first element inside it. Now second time when we iterate, we come to 1. So
Yeah.
if now what I would do is, if the current element, which would be 1, if it is if it is greater than, equal to, if it is greater than or slightly greater than the length of the largest bar in the stack, the top element in the stack, then we would be also pushing it, because we do not, because at this point we need all the values which are greater, right? So we would be doing this. So let's code that part first. So first we need to declare length. So let that, I am storing the length of the heights in n, in length or l variable. So tool, we go ahead, heights dot length. uh, Vikas, just one thing I wanted to ask. So, how many students qualified for the final rounds, wherein, for the final
So,
technical round?
you are asking about final round.
Yeah, I'm asking about the final technical round. As you said, the final technical round was technical as well as HR round, right?
Yeah.
So, how many students
So,
were there in the final round?
so from my college, there are only 4 students that are able to qualify that round.
Okay, great, 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 great. All right. Hmm. Yeah. So what I would be doing over here is, I am declaring a variable int max area, right? As you can see, we have declared a stack wherein we would be pushing the values, and this is how we declare stack in Java. Is the syntax correct? Because I guess it's correct, right? Because
Yeah, yeah, it's correct.
okay, great. So we are moving ahead.
And Shubham, why are you using this variable, max area?
Okay, this max area, what I have thought is, in this max area, I would be, as the name suggests, I would be storing the maximum area which I would be, which I am required to calculate. So this variable is particularly for that purpose only, right? And the most important part that we are focused on is solving this question in O of n time complexity. Correct, Vikas?
Yeah,
Great. So this loop will run from I equal to 0 to I less than to length, or where the length is L, and then we move ahead. Now inside this loop, what I need to do is, like the algorithm, what I think should be, is that whenever we find the stack to be empty, okay, so we
yeah,
need to push an element into it, right, because we
yeah,
cannot ignore the empty part. So first we
yeah, yeah.
need
That's
to,
important.
yeah, that is very important. So we need to configure that. So here I'm just writing a small piece of code which says that if the uh, Vikas, could you tell me which operator I am using here right now?
You are using you can use ternary operator.
Yeah, I'm using that only. I mean, it reduces. Now you might be thinking why I'm using it, because this reduces the port a lot easier. Like, so what I basically done in this variable h is, if the length, if I would be equal to L, the length, final length, then it would be h would be 0, or else
Yeah.
it would be height of I. Now why I have done this is, I have done this specifically for single element, right? If the element is just, I mean, if the array contains just one element, so this is
Yeah.
specifically,
First element.
yeah, not for the first element, but this is specifically for the cases where you are thrown one element only, right?
Single. Yeah.
So now, if the stack is empty, so Vikas, could you tell me what is this stack dot is capital E, right? Empty, yeah,
Capital. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, capital E. So if stack is empty, or, so let's first handle this. If the stack is empty, what I need to do is, I need to push, correct?
Yeah. Push I.
Great. So I have pushed the I part. Now, let's say, if the stack, let's say we come to the second point, I mean, wherein it's 1, or let's say the second element is greater than the first element, so that point
Yeah.
also we need to push inside it, so we should handle that part also, right? In the or case, like if the object, if the stack is empty, or the current element h is greater than or equal to the top element of the stack. Because could you tell, yeah, current element of the top can be got by seek method, correct? Yes, it's peak, right? I guess it's peak.
J dot. Yeah. Dot.
It's obj.peak, right? Because I'm not very good with the
Yeah. Yeah.
syntaxes,
Sure.
so just have a keep keen look into the program that I am writing, right? So now here we have handled the first case. Now in this part, what,
Right.
yeah, so what we have done over here basically is that, if the stack is empty, or if the current element is greater than the topmost element in the stack, then we simply need to push the element, okay? So now the,
So
yeah,
at line 11 you are doing wrong. After that obj you have to square bracket is no, okay, it's right. Sorry to disturb.
yeah, yeah, oh, that is why I thought what wrong is it. So obj dot is empty, okay?
Yeah, yeah,
So
it's right.
now, since we are in the second part of the code, what we need to do is, this variable tp I have declared, correct? I will be, it's obj, right?
Yeah, obj stack.
Yeah, so it's obj for stack, so I would be popping out the element, and then in the max area, as Vikas asked me what it is for, so this is just for storing the maximum area that I have. Great. So let's put it, if math.max. Now how are we going to find the area, and what is this? So first we need to find the maximum area between the max area, the variable, the value stored in the max area, and the most important part of the question is, how do you find the width? Because this TP would give you the height of the histogram, correct, Vikas?
Yeah, you are right.
So the most important aspect of the question was, to find the width. Like, let's say you have the height to be 2, but what would be the width over here, correct? So how are we going to
Yeah,
find the width? So the width would be very simple. uh, what we would do is, so let's first multiply uh, the height over here. It's the topmost element. Okay, I don't need to write obj.peak over here, right? Because the largest element is already been popped out, so it would be tp, I guess, right? Because
yeah. Height of p.
yeah, correct. So we need to put our height of tp. Now we would multiply this with the width. Now what would the width be if, again, we need to check if the stack is
Is it empty or not?
empty. Yeah, if it's empty, then the width would be I, or else it would be I minus 1 minus the topmost element, correct? So
Yeah, dot p.
it would be what, I minus 1 minus obj dot peak again we would do, or I minus 1 minus tp.
Again we will do obj dot peak.
Okay, Okay. So you mean to say that it will not like if the stack is not empty, it would definitely have some element. So we would peek
Yeah,
and
yeah,
check
yeah.
which element is there, and then we can subtract it, and then we can subtract it. So basically, this I part is nothing but the right part of the TP or the height of TP. Okay, and this I minus 1 minus obj dot peak is the left part of the
Left part. Yeah,
TP. I mean height of TP bar that we have.
yeah,
And inside this, I am finding the maximum
yeah.
area, and we need to do this again and again. The most important thing again. So we need to keep on repeating this until we pop out all the values which are less than the height of the current topmost element in this stack, and we need to do this repeatedly.
Yeah.
So and then finally,
You can simply return the maximum area.
okay, maximum area. Correct. Cool. So I guess the code is more or less okay from my side, but let's run this and check whether if it is, I mean, some syntax errors are there or not. Let's check. Okay, so cool. It runs. Let's submit it over here. Great. So it got accepted. A few seconds to accept. Yeah. So here is the solution that we have, and this is solved in O of n time complexity. And thanks to Vikas for suggesting this good way of using stack. So this clearly implies that DSA is a very important aspect, and this question is pretty much impressive, I must say, because as you can see, it has a hard tag in lead code. So it was nice talking to you, Vikas, and yeah, could you hear me, Vikas?
Yeah, yeah, I'm able to.
Yeah. So, just final words, what you would like to suggest to the users about, like, what do you think about competitive programming, and how important is it for juniors, and for everyone who is studying, who wants to have a good job in FANGs?
Creating programming is very important, I think, because many of my friends didn't get the job because they are not interested in competitive programming. So I am suggesting you guys, the third year guys or fourth year guys, to programming because it is very important for placement. So you can simply subscribe this channel for take the references.
Yeah,
Okay, Shubham.
yeah. So that was really nice from you, Vikas, and thank you everyone for watching this video. And hopefully we had a good time, and we would be very soon sharing you the interview experiences of several other people as well. And please subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for solutions to this lead code challenges and all that you can see on your screen here right now. The website is currently under construction, but you can still see the website. The URL we would be putting up in the description as well. And yeah, thank you for joining. Thank you once again. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Vikas.